Hey all, Blue Lion Man here, aka Noel, league commissioner of the No Bollocks League. This is the video for the 2022 season. I'm just trying to get ahead of the game this year and do the draw for the divisions. We have 2 US GMs and 2 UK GMs in each division, but every year we do a random draw to change them up. So this is just me doing that video for this year. No one's contacted me to say they want to drop out. This year, last year, the end of last season, one guy did say that he wanted to drop out of leagues, but I think he must have changed his mind because I asked him if that was still the case and didn't get a reply. And he's voted in the first poll we've got up. I do believe that 15 of you have voted in the current poll that's up, and 2 of you have voted but not posted you voted in the correct place. So as long as that last person votes before the 17th of July, no one will get a strike. I did send that person an email earlier today to ask them to vote. And if they do, then because the full league's voted, all 16 of us, then I don't need to look at who's posted voted and who hasn't. It's just fine. And then we can move on to the next poll. So, without further ado, this is... I wish I had balls. You know, like when you see draws on the TV for tournaments, they use balls. I haven't got any balls. So, what I do is I've got these little tickets numbered 1 to 8. The reason I've got only 1 to 8, not 1 to 16, is I will put a link on the league wall to a post on TFP forum where it lists all the managers for the UK and the USA. It's already up there at the moment. I'm looking at it now on my screen. And next to each manager, I've got a number. So to just make it easier for me to do the draw, just using these little tickets. So I'm going to do the UK managers first. I'm going to drop the tickets. I've got an empty coffee jar here. So I'm going to put them in this coffee jar to try and mix them up a bit. So I'm going to put all the numbers in, so 1 to 8. There we go. I'm going to give a good shake up, like a tumbler. You know when you're... Come on. Don't worry, this is not the end of it. This is just like... I wish I had a better system. Someone got out there. Can you see that? Well, they're not really mixing up, so that was a busted flush, wasn't it? But I also have a bag. An old post office bag. It's not see-through. Is it post? No, it's an old Midland Bank bag. That bank doesn't even exist anymore. So I'm going to tip the tickets in here. Oh, there we go. Talk about make a mess of it. Now, here's the critical part. Number 1 is Cole Fisher, play your cards right. Number 2 is me, Noel Simmons, the British Bulldogs. Number 3 is Rich Leese, Vlad's Impalers. Number 4 is Jed Bradshaw, Poor Boys. Number 5 is Lee Pearce, London Falcons. Number 6 is Douglas Hay, McBear's Bears. Number 7 is Ricky Dell, Shark Attack. And number 8 is Andrew Pearce, Woodford Warriors. They're all the UK GMs and teams. Of course, you're all perfectly welcome to change your team name this year. Just go into your team page on NFL.com, and if you want to change your team name, do it. Just make sure it ends in -UK or -USA, depending whether you're representing the UK or the USA. But anyway, so without further ado, they're all in here. I'll give it a stir, and then I draw one out. Number 8. So, number 8, you, sir, are in the North Division. Well, actually, when my number comes out, whatever division I am will become the North. Just as a little thing for me, because the Lions are in the North and so I'm always in the North Division, but it doesn't really make a difference. So we'll call it Division 1. I will number them afterwards. Okay, so number 8, UK, so that is Andrew Pearce. You're in Division 1. And the next one is number 1, that's Cole Fisher. So you're in the South, well, no, Division 2, call it Division 2. Right, now we've got the first UK guy in Division 3. Number 4, that's Jed Bradshaw. And the last one in the 4th Division. Number 7, that's Ricky Dell. To make this quicker, I'll use a different colour pen when I do the American numbers, and then I can just go back and type them all in later. Right, so the second UK member in the 1st Division, number 6, that's Douglas Hay. The second member of the 2nd Division, number 2, that's me. So that will become, Division 2 will become the North. Right, so now I know what divisions are what. So, number 5, that's Lee Pearce. You're in the East Division. And the last UK manager, number 3, that's Rich Lease, the only guy that hasn't voted so far. And you're in the West Division. So, let's find another colour pen. Come on, I have one around here. Here we go, a green pen. So this will be for the US guys. So, now we know the names of the divisions. We get all the tickets. I'm not going to bother with that coffee pot. It didn't really work, did it? So, that was a busted flush. Put them in here. Just give them a stir around. Yeah, mix them up. I can feel them in my hand. Mix them up. Ugh. Right, so now this is for the South Division. In the South Division from the UK, we've already got Andrew Pearce and Douglas Hay. So let's find out what American will be joining you guys. Number 6, so that's John Moody, last year's champion. Ooh, last year's champion. Now, the first American to be in a division with me. So this is now going to be the North Division. Let's get a number. Oh, we have number 1. Number 1 for the Americans is Brian Lassiter. Ah, me and you, Brian, we're rivals. Now we get the first American for the East Division. Number 3, that will be Mike Delino. And the first American in the West Division. The first American in the West Division, number 5, that is Rick White. So now we go back to complete the South Division. So, the last American in the South Division, number 8. That will be Amir Blackmon. Now we get the last American in the North Division, my division. So who we got? We got number 7. That's Michael Corman. Now the last American in the East Division, number 4. That is David Landers. And then the last American in the West Division will be number 2. and that is Bradley Rose. And that concludes the draw for this year's divisions. So a quick recap. In the South Division, we have from the UK Andrew Pearce and Douglas Hay. From the American in the South Division, we have Amir Blackmon and John Moody. In the North, my division, from the UK, we have Cole Fisher and myself, Noel Simmons, along with the Americans, Brian Lasseter and Michael Corman. That makes up the North Division. In the Eastern Division, we have, from the UK, we have Jed Bradshaw and Lee Pearce. With the Americans, Mike Delino and David Landers. And in the West Division, from the UK, we have Ricky Dell and Rich Leese, along with the Americans, Rick White and Bradley Rose. So I will get those divisions adjusted on NFL.com. I would ask you all to please vote in the polls when they go up. I'm trying to get ahead of the game this season. The English football season will be starting at the beginning of August. All the leagues have gone live, so I've got to start recruiting for those. I run money leagues on them, so I'm just going to get busier and busier now between the soccer season and the NFL season. So I'm trying to get some of my free NFL leagues started a lot earlier this year than I've ever done before. So please pay attention. Please vote in the polls, and if there's anything you really want to see changed or anything, just talk about them on either Discord. I've got a Discord channel. More people are starting to use that now, so it's a really good place to get at me and other people. It beeps you, so when someone's messaged, and also post on the league wall. But the Discord, it'll be there forever. NFL refreshed the league and delete last year's messages and posts every season, so it's best to use Discord for things that stay there. Anyway, that's it. It's a 12.5-minute video. Not sure if any of you are going to watch this, but there it is. I hope you enjoy the season, and I hope in the real world the Lions have a good year. Cheerio.